We're going to be walking through some of these workflows that we have set up for the GPLU, and we have similar ones for zoning. So we'll just go through the ones for GPLU right now. Uh, Assuming that you have already created a version and then you have um, basically connected to the version. Okay, so the first thing that is the workflow that you see there is to change the abbreviation for GPLU. Okay, and we made this workflow because you have the zoning official and GPLU official and sometimes specific plans. They all kind of overlay and it's really hard to select one versus the other. So that's why we set it up this way. The first thing we do is go and click on this step, which will make sure that GPLU land use official is the visible layer. And then the next thing is you can watch what's selected. Okay, and then you make your selection. When you press that button, you have the editor tool. You select, and for example you wanted to change the land use for this from commercial to something else. So when you press that D step, it's going to open up the attribute assistant. You can go, and so here's the help over there on that one. You need to click on the box at the end that's got that 3 dots and then go and select, let's say to LDR for example, and then click OK. As you notice, the other information related to that change, I mean the average DU per acre and all of these things also get updated based on the attribute assistant. And once you're done, you can say clear selection. Okay, when you do that, you get back all the layers to be visible and selectable and so on. So that's how this land use GPLU land use abbreviation change works. We have a similar one for zoning. If you walk through the same process for zoning, if you press this, it's going to make sure that zoning is the only layer that's visible, and then you can watch what's selected. You can make your selection, and then you can pick the zone abbreviation here to, I don't know, an equivalent would be maybe this one. Okay, and once you're done, you can say clear selection. Okay, make sure you keep saving your edits, but that's how you change either of the zone or the GPLU. So we've seen these two workflows. Okay, the next process is to reshape the GPLU official polygon. Now GPLU official polygon can be reshaped in several different ways, but one thing you have to understand or figure out is basically, does it have a common edge? For example, if you are looking at the polygon over here, it doesn't have a common shared edge with anything else. But if you look at it maybe here, it does have a common edge with this green color polygon over here. I'll just go to a different area where we might have a little bit more um, polygons to work with. Okay, let's take a look at this area, for example. Okay, so let's say if the edge is not shared, so you want to edit the edge of this polygon, but you only want to include all of these in there, these areas. So you take this polygon up here and you want to include these down here. So we are going to zoom closer. Okay, and given that you have to first click this, so that makes the GPLU the only selectable and visible layer. And the next one is B, watch what's selected, you can see. And then the edge is not shared, so we're going to C now. So make your selection. So you're going to select this polygon and only the GP land use, that one single polygon gets selected. And then once you select it, you have to click on this and you see the instructions over here at the bottom. So click once inside the selected polygon, click once inside. You're using the reshape tool right now. And then you click on the vertex and then you continue digitizing the remaining vertices. And maybe you'll have to um, occasionally you might have one little thing that comes up. You can do undo and then make sure that you go to the exact parcel vertices, come back there, and the last one needs to go back in again. Okay, and so that's how you reshape the polygon. And this one is not having any common or shared edges. Okay, so I am going to clear selection and we're done with the edits. Okay, I do notice there was no shared polygon edges over here, in the sense that the um, I think I can just turn off the other layers and show you. See, there's no shared edges on this general plan polygon. So I'm going to go to a different area and find something that's probably got some shared edges. Okay, so we found an example to look at the areas where you have common edges and that you need to edit. Okay, so what we will do now is make only the GPLU the selected layer. We're going to watch what's selected and then we're going to see if the edge is shared. With that button, you come and select on the edge. Once the edge is selected, we will see that um, this line shows up. What you have to do is double click that line and then you can edit it. Let's take, for example, you might want to um, bring the vertex here, maybe move this vertex so that will still be there. You can keep editing. And maybe we can move this vertex, move this vertex here, and we can delete these vertices. Delete the vertex and bring it here. There. So once you're done, click outside and you have modified the common edges. After you're done, then all you need to do is reset the layer display. The same thing happens with the reshape for the zone official polygon, the same methodology. So we're not going over that. So that's about reshaping the GPLU polygon. Now what if we need to split a GPLU polygon? Okay, and assign it a different land use. Obviously that's why you're splitting it. Let's take, for example, you look at this one, this polygon here. Maybe some of this now is a different kind of residential or maybe a commercial core or something. Um, so zoom closer, maybe these 4 polygons over here. Okay, So what you need to do is after you zoomed in close, um, you're going to press this button. It's going to make only GPLU available for you to use, and then watch what's selected. Make your selection. So select this polygon here, then split the polygon. So the hints are here. This is the regular polygon split. You start from outside, then you snap to the vertex. You got to follow along the parcels, so keep snapping to the parcel fabric parcel. So click there again, and the last point will be outside again. When you double click, it's done. And so now you have both of them, right? Maybe you didn't want to change for this one. You wanted to change for that one, but not this one. So you can unselect and then go and change this from MDR to maybe LDR, for example. Okay, and the related attributes change for you. You can clear selection, and then everything gets back to regular on the display and selection capabilities. The same procedure does exist on the zoning also, right here. Same steps, except it's running on the zoning official. Okay. The next example I want to tell you about is how to fill in the gaps. Sometimes you will have a minor sliver gaps between different polygons in the layer. So you'll have to go and fix that gaps, okay, to have one continuous layer. This is all taking into account your topology. So that's something that can be done to make sure your data is clean. I am going to find an example for that, which could be in some location. Okay, let's take for example, for whatever reason you have a gap here between these two polygons, right? So you can then go to the first step, which makes only the GPLU layer selectable and visible. Next, you watch what's selected. Then you'll need to select the edges and fill the gaps. And how you'll work with this is take the cursor over, and you're already in that tool. Um, so you'll have to click on this gap that needs to be filled or aligned with, and then say, okay, that's the correct line. So just go there. So that's how you fill, and you're using this tool. But in the sense that how the tool pops up and all, it's all being facilitated by the task assistant right now. Okay, so that's how you take care of the gaps in your data. And you can reset layer display, and you get back to the all the layers being shown. Okay, so that's how you make use of the filling the gaps in the GPLU polygon. Okay, so right now we have seen a few workflows that we have set up. They're the same between the zoning layer and for the GPLU layer, most commonly edited layers. So that's why we have the task assistant workflows for that. The first one we have seen is the GPLU official abbreviation change. And then we've seen how to reshape with the shared edge and without a shared edge. And then we have also learned how to split polygons and um, have the GPLU official abbreviation change for one of the polygons, and then how to fill in the gaps between the polygons. So that's what we have as far as the workflows are concerned. Okay, thank you.